Hello, everybody.
That's your creepiest one yet. I think I say that every week.
Hi. I was trying to do like a Chewbacca hi. And before we started recording, I did a high one. I was like, hi.
The low one sounds like Chewbacca's got a finger up his ass. And then the high one sounds like he's got a lot more than a finger up his ass. There's a fist. That's a Wookiee fist up the ass. That's what that is. Welcome back, guys.
Hi, everybody.
You know what I did the other night to Meg? And I was doing...
What did you do to Meg?
No, I was doing it for a meme. I was just thinking about it right then. I don't know why. When you did
was
that...
it when you were talking about the fisting?
Yeah. So it reminded me. Man, I was knuckle deep. No, it's a joke. It's a comedy podcast, right? I was a lot more than knuckle deep. That was the joke. Wrist, baby. All right.
Wrist, baby.
Okay, sorry. Immature start. We'll reset.
All right, reset.
Great.
Hi.
Good. You know what I did do to Meg the other night?
What did you do to me?
Deep fisting. So Meg, quite sleepy, often turns to me like half asleep but not conscious and talks.
Yeah.
Right? Which we've talked about, I think, before on the podcast.
Yeah.
He turns to me like, hey. And I was like, what? And you're like, if you were a cake. Did you not remember this? We had this discussion at like 7 a.m. I thought you were awake. You're like, if you were a cake, you'd be chocolate. And I was like, why? And then you were like, because I fucking love chocolate cake.
Now, Luke.
Hang on, should people be lowering their expectations?
No.
All right. Get ready for a soft six. Because Meg's about to tell a story.
Settle in.
Just
get comfortable.
Oh, get a cushion out.
Get comfortable, everybody.
Relax. If you are tense right now, stop being tense. There's nothing to be tense about. It's going to be a 6.
Fuck you. Yeah. I have a goddamn bird army. I have assembled the Avengers of Birds to do my bidding.
Last night, I literally woke up to Meg fast asleep, just sack tapping my cock
didn't know.
In the bed. So I woke up to my balls just being lightly sack tapped, and I was like, what is happening? I woke up and you were literally just laying in bed like how Sheldon does in Big Bang Theory, just like that. Like a bird who was stuck on the ground. Like a bird who was upside down and couldn't get up. And your hand was just boom, 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 boom on my balls. And I was like, what are you doing? And then I just slid your hand away. And then you're like, oh, sorry. And you just rolled over.
I was not horny. I didn't know what I was doing.
Were you having a dream where you're like, oh, I don't want fucking kids. I just kill Luke's balls in his sleep. Just make him infertile in the night. Can you do a stitch? Is that your best stitch?
Ohana means family. Family means nobody gets left behind or forgotten.
You watched that movie on the weekend, didn't you?
Yes.
I could only do a good Roz from Monsters Inc.
Go.
Wait, either get in character. I'm watching. I can't do it like that. I'm watching you, Wazowski. Always watching. You didn't do your paperwork. Instead of having a dad bod, I want a dad butt from now on. I'm going to replace what's here and put it back here.
Right, so you're essentially just going to go like, oh.
Yeah, it's going to go straight into my trunk. Yeah, open up the boot, load her up. Hang on, that sounded bad. No, I'm not about that.
Do you need some help with that?
No, I'm good.
Yeah. So I was stuck in traffic the other week trying to get to work, and Stop the car. I look to the side and I see all of these sheep running around. And I laughed because I thought they had giant penises. It was like, I saw this thing hanging and it was like this big and just like dangling, and they were all running. And so all of these things were like swaying.
Yeah, right.
And I'm like, sheep don't have tails. So it must be a giant dick.
So you saw some lamb with some length.
I saw some lamb with some length.
Long lamb.
I saw some long lamb.
And
really long lamb.
As in, were they in a...
But they weren't penises.
What?
It turns out...
Hemorrhoid. What was it?
No, sheeps actually have tails.
Oh, shit.
Sheeps have tails, and they just look like giant cocks.
Don't sheep have little baubles? I think I based my sheep anatomy off that show Shaun the Sheep.
Oh,
and they don't have tails on Shaun the Sheep.
No, but they don't. There's not many. I've never seen a sheep with a tail before. That's what they usually look like. They look like little stumpy things.
Oh, no,
that's what it looked like. See? That's what it looks like.
Oh, shit. That looks like a third leg.
It looked fucking hideous.
That's a lamb.
It was hideous.
Schlong.
It looks like a lamb schlong. So I was like, it's clearly a penis.
A sheep shaft.
At first,
I just like alliteration.
A little sheepy shaft.
Yeah. This is what I thought of when I went to pee, 5 a.m.
Go.
I was just chilling. I wrote this down. I don't know why I thought the need to write this down. I spelt thoughts wrong. I wrote theoughts because I was pretty tired. Imagine if your last name was colon and then your parents called you Demi. Your name would be Demi colon. Sounds too much like a semicolon. That's what I think about when I'm sleeping. It's interesting, isn't it? This one, another one.
Yeah.
Before she walked down the aisle, just as everyone's waiting in the chapel.
Can you feel the love tonight?
That was but it was like a nice version. It wasn't the version that was in the film.
No,
it was like a piano
really
ballad. It was like, look, I'm gonna probably do it justice here.
Don't. Oh.
Can you feel the love tonight? What's the next lyric? I think that's how the version goes. She actually stops playing piano and asks for the next lyric.
Really? Are people actually into that?
So if it's a category on Pornhub, people are into it. Can we look at the most wild categories there are?
Yeah.
What do you
on
reckon?
your phone?
Toothless granny. So it's like, not only are you into old women, but you're like, fuck off their teeth. And
hey, just wait. Maybe when we get to 80, you won't be saying that.
It'd be like getting a gobby from a gummy shark.
Yeah.
Hang on, can we keep going? Garden gnome?
Garden gnome?
Yeah.
Where are you putting a garden gnome?
I think people put them in themselves.
Fuck that.
The girl who coined this genre actually is most notable, it says, for writing a book called Nostril Fucked by a Micro Penis. So, tentacle, armpit, clown, and that's the end.
How is armpit a category?
Well, mate, if you can fuck a nose, you can fuck an armpit. That's what I always say.
What would you say your ideal wedding would be? We're getting quite into it.
That's pretty forward.
It is pretty forward because I think I've found the absolute ideal wedding for you. So KFC has put up, apparently launched a wedding service, couples looking to tie the knot legally, Kentucky Fried Chicken style. You can get married in KFC.
Oh, in a KFC.
In a KFC.
Oh, that's classy.
That is so classy.
If you go to any 24-hour KFC, not once have I ever walked in there and been like, I think this is where I want to get married. You know, someone's king hitting someone out the front, there's vomit on the floor. Yeah, there's a seagull just pecking at a zinger burger.
Oh,
you know?
can you imagine?
Dude, there is. Go in the city, every KFC always has like at least 4 birds in the store.
It's
there's
true.
like pigeons.
And they're just fucking wandering. Like they're like, where the fuck are we?
maybe they're just getting married. Instead of like the flower girls, they could walk down the aisle throwing the 11 secret herbs and spices.
Yeah.
decorating the joint.
It's just like people holding buckets of KFC
You know what we
while
should do?
tying the knot.
You know what we should do?
What?
We should enter, right? And I'm not saying
I'm
saying that this is forward, right? I'm not saying we need to get actually married, but I think we should do like what Jake Paul and stuff do. Like we get YouTube married. Like we go instead of going to Vegas and having a surprise Vegas wedding, we just go down to like our local KFC. We get a free meal while we're there, I'm assuming. It's probably catered. That's the thing. We don't have to worry about catering.
Invite anyone. We'll just say, hey,
Oh, no. Let's not even announce it. Let's just celebrate it with the people already in the store. Like they've just gone to get dinner. You know, like they're just in a rush, and then like all of a sudden they've just walked into a wedding. Imagine if we went to KFC one night and we were just like walked into a wedding. I'd be stoked. I'd be like, oh my God, I'm so happy for you guys. But also this is fucked.
Bye, everybody. You finish it off for us, honey.
Just a disclaimer. None of this was jokes. Bye.